Another drag queen's taking over Harvard. Preferred pronouns, she and auntie.
This is totally normal and fine stuff we've got going on here. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Breaking Brad, my short form series where I react to breaking news and viral moments. We got to talk about this because this is blowing up. I saw it right when it was first reported, and now it's gaining traction because of course it is. It involves Harvard. It involves drag queens. It's just like a culture war, check box for a viral story. But I do think there's some important stuff to discuss here. So Harvard has just hired a drag queen professor to teach at their gender studies department, because elite American higher education is just doing amazing. Here is Fox News just summarizing this story, and then we'll get into some more of the details.
Another drag queen's taking over Harvard. Lahore Vagistan was just named the professor. Preferred pronouns, she and auntie. Auntie Lahore Vagistan will be teaching a class on RuPaul's Drag Race, whatever that means. Lahore is no stranger to college campuses. Here's them at the University of Michigan.
I know it's finals week. I know you're all stressed. Thank you for being here. My name is Lahore Vagistan.
Lahore Vagistan, welcome to Ann Arbor.
Drag doesn't have to be about makeup and dress. And sometimes drag is just about how we use our bodies to recalibrate gender and sexuality and race.
I already have some questions. Your drag name is Lahore Vagistan. We'll come back to that. But also, did she say that drag is how we recalibrate our race? We're doing race swapping now. What does that even mean? I just can't keep up. I mean, I am an open-minded person, not in the political sense, but I'm like liberal, like live and let live. Even this has me a little bit scratching my head, like, this is a real person. This isn't a bit. This isn't satire at all. Not even a little bit. Bruh. Anyway, guys, do hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and we're going to get into more details about this story from the New York Post. And the lore on this drag queen professor is quite something. So here's that reporting by Shane Galvin. Harvard hires drag queen named Lahore Vagistan as visiting professor. I cannot say that with a straight face. Harvard University hired a drag performer as a new professor who is expected to teach a class on TV show RuPaul's Drag Race in the spring semester. The Ivy League school announced over the summer. The institution welcomed Kareem Chubchandi, so that must be the drag queen's real name, in a July message to the college community, and revealed that the visiting professor from Tufts University will teach in the Studies of Gender and Sexuality program, thanks to the Harvard Gender and Sexuality Caucus. Just like, keep listing things that shouldn't exist, because just like an entire paragraph of departments and groups and other things that simply should not exist in a more serious world. Kubchandi is perhaps better known by his stage name, Lahore Vagistani, a persona that the academic has made an integral part of their pedagogy. The professor will often lecture in the guise of Lahore, which has been a personal project for over a decade, even spawning a music video. Oh, good. Can't wait to watch that. And here's the thing. I am not a particularly judgmental person. So if y'all like drag shows, not really my thing, but if you like to go to them, if that's what you want to get up to, knock yourself out. But teaching a college class, really anywhere, but especially at one of America's elite universities, in drag is just absurd. It's just ridiculous. It's just unserious. Like, what is the point of that? And why are courses on RuPaul's Drag Race there's probably some aspects of like the business and the maybe fashion. I don't know, but this is in the gender studies department, which again should not exist. Consistently one of the lowest return on investment. And they just fill your brain with fake ideas and wrong ideology. And then it's not exactly employable anywhere except Starbucks. But here's where things get weird. Oh, wait, they already did. Here's the origin story of this drag name. In an interview with his own drag persona, published by Johns Hopkins University Press in 2015, Kubchandi spilled the tea on the origin of the off-putting stage name. We should just pause there. I want to explain what that means. He interviewed himself. He had a conversation between himself and his drag persona, and then the university published it. This was Johns Hopkins, not Harvard, but still, we might be cooked. Anyway, that's totally normal. Here's why this person chose this name. My name is Lahore Vajistan. My preferred pronouns are she or auntie. I chose Lahore because my family traces its origins to Pakistan. Lahore is an important city in Pakistan, and well, I'm a bit of a whore, the drag queen said. Thank you for sharing, sir. Imagine, bro. Imagine you are a parent and you're paying like freaking 60 grand a year or whatever the obscene amount is to send your kid to Harvard. They come home and they're like, Mom and Dad, I just signed up for my courses for the fall or the spring. Yeah, I'm taking a class in RuPaul's Drag Race taught by Lahore, Pakistan, the drag queen. I mean, I would crash out. Like, I genuinely would probably need to be put into a padded room with walls. Now, what about the last name? Vajistan. I can't believe. This is my journalism career, guys. This is where we're at. Vajistan, because I see the subcontinent as one big, beautiful Vajistan, he wrote in the tacky, navel-gazing self interview. Oh my God. I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Anyway, Kubchandi will teach just 2 classes over the course of 2 semesters. Queer ethnography in the fall and RuPolitics, drag, race, and desire in the spring semester, according to Harvard's announcement. I'm sure these are going to be really good classes, really academic, really serious, really rigorous. No, of course not. This is all a joke. It all just makes American higher education look even more ridiculous and absurd than it already is. It's just one extreme example, I know, but I'm telling y'all, having covered higher education and the decline of a lot of our elite universities over the years at great length, you can go in and find all sorts of ridiculous professors, absurd classes that are totally unserious, not at all rigorous. And ironically, I think they're almost more common at the more elite universities. Like if you go to your local community college, I think you'll probably find less ridiculous crap. You'll still find some, maybe, but less ridiculous crap than you will at the Harvards and the Browns and the other, like, supposedly so elite. And it's just sad because these are important institutions that still do so much important work, right? Like if you were looking at the medical research coming out of some of the STEM departments or the cutting edge technological innovation happening at Harvard, if you're in one of those departments and then the national news is talking about Harvard because of Lahore here, I'd be really pissed off. I'd feel like they are dragging us down. They're making our institution look like a joke. And frankly, the other reason is, like, to some extent, oh, it's a private school. They can do what they want. Sure, but they receive tons and tons of government money and taxpayer money. And then taxpayers fund these degrees. And I really think there do need to be some strings attached. I think the student loan program has been destructive just in its own right. It's just inflated the cost of college. But at the very least, you should probably not be able to use taxpayer money, take out huge amounts of loans funded by the government and subsidized by the government to get useless degrees taught by ridiculous people. Like maybe there should be some strings attached that you can only go to certain program. Like, I don't know, could you just prohibit gender studies degrees from being financed with student loans? I would love that. I don't know if you could do that, if that's feasible or possible, but if you could, then I'm on board. Or maybe just have some sort of like return on investment estimate that your degree must pass before you can get all this taxpayer money to study it. Because if you truly want to spend your own money and your own time at a private university, taking lessons on RuPaul's Drag Race from Lahore, Rajasthan. I mean, it is a free country. I will laugh at you, but I guess it is a free country. You can do whatever you want. I do have an issue with it, though, when it's being done on our dime. That makes a mockery out of the taxpayer. It makes America look like a joke, and we should not be subsidizing absurd and unproductive nonsense. That's my take. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, close-minded, bigoted, mean, old grumpalumpa. I really don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you support Lahore? Let me know in the comments. Make sure subscribe if you aren't yet. Hit the like button, yada, yada, yada. If you're interested in more of my content, my long-form content, where I take on social media insanity and internet craziness, check out the Barad vs. Everyone podcast on all podcast platforms or linked in the description. And with that, guys, we'll be back with more content real soon.